synopsis of Androsani Advent Calendar. Now that's what I call an inner groove.
What you thinking I can speak? My mind is not my own. Feeling like my will is weak. Can I find the strength to go on? Battle! A fucking battle, man! Battle!
The next song from Bleach is called Blue. And that's not the color, that's B-L-E-U. Not E-U, E-W. Definitely more of a hard rocker, that one.
Yeah, definitely. Right off the bat.
Yeah. For sure.
It's very different right off the bat.
The two sides of grunge, the very soft, introspective music, and then this type of very hard rock. Which, yeah. I appreciate both, but in terms of like what Nirvana does best, I don't think this is a...
No, it's definitely not their best, but it's a facet, a ingredient. And I think to show what I feel like one of the reasons why I included this one is it shows you the different things that Kurt can do.
Yeah.
Very different things with grunge.
Yeah, this one, it has that vibe of Big Cheese, which is one of my favorite songs from theirs.
Yeah, this actually reminds me a lot. This vibe reminds me a lot of early Tool, actually. That kind of thick bass, the chunkiness of it.
Having a good bass guitar riff, just it can do so much because it makes the song like really memorable.
Yeah. I mean, I think Novoselic adds a lot to their music with his bass.
I don't know. I really love that guitar riff. Like it kind of feels like super heavy at the start, and then you start with the the bass, and then you start with the electric guitar, which kind of putting the two together, it feels like it is a hard rock song, so it feels hard. It feels like you're put in like the situation where you're being kind of overstimulated, I guess, which kind of fits the lyrics, I think, quite well. Wanting to kind of feel, I guess, liberated from like this heavy burden is the way I read the lyrics. So yeah, I think
definitely, for sure. I think you nailed it right on the money with that interpretation. I mean, not being wanting to have a heavy burden is that's Kurt Cobain right there.
Yeah,
like in a nutshell.
That's his entire shtick.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, this is not one I go back to a lot, but I just think to showcase this song, as I said, it's so distinctly this sound. Almost the witch's potion of the bass line is the way I describe it. It's so thick. Also, the very unique way that Kurt sings it and the way he shifts his pitch around. And you do anything, you do anything. There's an almost an apathetic melancholy to his voice, and it's that I'm too lazy to give a shit kind of tone in his voice.
Yeah, he does that a lot.
Yeah, he really does, especially in Utero. There's a lot of that in Utero because of his sort of mood at the time. Throughout the song, he talks about not living up to his full potential despite being given the ability to do it. Blue is more like a realization of the fact that you can be something greater but choose not to go down that path. Very Syd Barrett when I read that.
Very, yeah.
During the recording, both Kurt Cobain and Chris Novoselic tuned their instruments down, forgetting that they had already done that. This led to the song being presented in a drop C tuning, which is an explanation for the extremely heavy yet perfect sounds. They accidentally stumbled upon it. That's why it sounds so low.
Really cool.
I mean, that bass is crazy.
Like we mentioned, very much more on the side of the hardcore side of rock. It was actually a really good listen because it's really like as soon as it starts, it hits you. It's like, oh, okay, this is actually different.
Yeah, you're in the mixing pot of the sound.
Yeah,
it kind of pulls you in a bit. And actually, that's something I'd say about not only Nirvana but all of the bands Dave Grohl's been in. The songs are very good at pulling you in very quickly. And tonally, they have very distinct feelings.